Welcome to Chapter 5. We've been moving up from open position A7 to G-type A7 to E-type. Now we're up here in 7th position, and our A7 will be a D-type. Logically again, C-A-G-E-D is the way they come one after the other, the types. And if I was in E-type here, I will go to a D-type here. And again, I look for the notes that connect, which here for E-type, these are my A's, the roots of that chord. When I play A7, I lift this finger up, so I don't really see this. I don't really play this note anymore, but I see it. That's the point. That I see this A and I can know, okay, there's an A on the D string, and that is where I put my D type for an A7. So now that I'm in this neighborhood, I want to find my D7 and my E7 here. And just as I moved them before, again, I go here from an A type to a G type. And we had this move before. We had when we moved from open position to second position, we had an A7 this way and then as a G type. So now we have the same thing, but it's happening for D7. I go from an A type D7 to a G type. And for the E7, because I was on a C type, my next one has to be an A type. Which we had that for D7 here. Now it's for E7 here. Now I have all three chords, the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord in 7th position. I have my 1, A7 with a D type, my D7 with a G type, and my E7 with an A type. What is a little weird here? My lowest note of this chord is not the root note, it's an A, but I'm playing a D7. My root is in here. Because for the G types, our roots would be spread out like this. But it's just an inversion of a D7 chord, and the root is in the middle. It's still a D7 chord. And for the E7, my root is again on the A string, because it's an A type. For the A7, my root is on the D string, because it's a D type. So let's go through the 3 lines of the blues again, and just make sure that we can change these chords. This will always be your basic exercise to be able to change from one voicing, one type to the other. So I need to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my first line. The second line is 2 bars of D7, 2 bars of A7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last line will be 1 bar of E7, 1 bar of D7, 1 bar of A7, and 1 bar of E7 to go back to the beginning. So here's the third line. E7, D7, and A7, and the E7 taking you back to the beginning. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we have the chords in this position, and I want to do a little different rhythm. It's not quite a pattern, because I'm going to use the pattern that we have with a 1, 2, and 3, 4. But I'm going to add the end of 4, and we're going to slide into the chord on the end of 4. What that means is you take the whole chord form and slide it up one fret. A little bit fast. So this is 90. And my pattern that we had in chapter 3, I think, was 2, 3, 4. 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So I take the whole chord and slide that up. And the same for the E7. Okay, so let's try that. Going through the whole blues form. So we go at 90 beats, and we always slide from the end of 4 into the 1. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 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 3, 4, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. This rhythmic idea of sliding into the chord you can use on all forms. You could go back to the other ones, the one in 5th position and the one in 2nd position, and do it there too. In the open position it's a little tricky, but that's easy. That works here too. And then same here in the 2nd position you go. This is sliding into the chords, and I did it on the end of 4. You can experiment with other places in the rhythm where you want to do that. Now once you feel comfortable with this new position, you have 4 different ways of playing the blues. You can play in open, and 2nd, and 5th, and in 7th position. If you want to up your game a little bit, you can go and find AC/DC playing Rocker. It's from their record Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and it's actually a 12-bar form. It is rather fast the way they play, and unfortunately the recording on the original is a little low to play along to. They're almost down in A flat, but if you find the Rock Goes to College on YouTube, live in Colchester, that video, you can play. They're almost in 4/40, and they play with such energy. And if you can play along for I think it's like 6 or 7 minutes, you have had your workout playing the blues in A. And don't worry too much about the tempo that they play, and just try to follow along with the chords and have the change to the next chord in the right place, and not lose your place in the form that they play. Again, use the ones that we've been recommending so far, or the ones that other people have recommended on YouTube. Find the blues in A, play in all positions. That's it. Thank you.